Hey guys, okay, I'm back with my next subject in my collection series. I kind of had like a brain moment. Okay, I've been doing little collection videos of all of these specific items in my makeup. And today I am going to do my Makeup Geek and MAC single pan eyeshadow palettes. I have these two large ones. I have this small little Z palette. And then this little e.l.f. compact that has 4. So I went through, I wrote down all the names so they're in order. I'm not going to do swatches for you today, but I'll try to give a little bit of a brief description unless I start feeling like I get redundant, because I may end up describing, you know, using the same words for so many different shadows. So in that case, I'll just kind of tell you what they are. So to start with, I'm going to do my MAC palette, and this is the newer style. What is this? 15 pan? Yeah. And I really like this. I try to keep, I wouldn't say necessarily my favorite eyeshadows in here, but they're, I don't know, maybe the most reached for ones, to where if I had to take one on vacation, this one is the most concise. This is just not necessarily built the same way. So anyways, this was the more like go-to palette of them. I believe these are all MAC, judging by my list. Yeah, okay. Start with, we have Blanc Type. This is my favorite brow bone shade. I did mention in a video that I thought it was discontinued, but I went to the website and it's not. It's listed on there, so, you know, I guess I had heard wrong. And I believe MAC eyeshadow pans are about $6 right now, which is a really good price because they are really good quality. So we have Blanc Type, just very good matte cream color. Then we have Grain. I picked this up because Makeup by Tiffany D used to rave about it back in the day. And it's a kind of flesh tone shimmery shade. And it's nice if you want to like clean up the edges, blend it out. If you wanted to put it on your lid, it's kind of like a no makeup look. Then we have Era, which is fairly similar, just a little bit of a different tone than Grain, but a little more sheen, I think. Then we have MAC All That Glitters. It's kind of a champagne-y rose gold, really metallic. I think it's a Volux Pearl. And then lastly on the row is Samoa Silk, which is a matte peachy shade. It's really nice through the crease. Don't let that kind of color tone scare you off. Next is Style Snob. It's a really pretty taupe. I think it was limited edition. Sable. It's actually what's on my lids today. It is a rosy taupe. It's a taupe, but it's not like really cool, where Style Snob is more cool. Then we have Cranberry. It is just one of those burgundy reddish shades. It's really pretty. Then we have Woodwinked, which is kind of a bronze. Some people think it leans orange. I don't really think it does on me. Maybe if you were super light complected it would. This is definitely a shadow that you could do as a one shadow look. If you put it on your lid and blend it through the crease, it's kind of like a different color through the crease. So that one is really good, especially if you got it in a single pod and you wanted to take it somewhere, you'd be good. And then Soft Brown, we all know it's kind of a pinky, warm tone matte to do through the crease. I love it. I think, yeah, I have some of that through the crease today. Then we have Mythology, which is a really pretty rose gold. I believe it's a luster finish. It's not a good texture. It's kind of chunky, but it's worth the effort. And it is, it applies better with your finger. Mulch, I love this. It's a darker, more chocolatey bronze. Really pretty. Brown Script. I have this on the outer corners today. It's one of those really warm tone red browns. Mattes. It's a good one. Glamour Check, I believe it was limited edition as well. It's another one of those reddy type bronzy shades. Reddish purpley. It's pretty. I think MAC Alloy is similar and it's current. And then Mystery. It is a super dark, cool tone matte. I think this is nice if you want to really darken the outer corner without reaching for black, but it's super dark. I do like that. Not something I use a whole lot because I try to keep my shadow, I don't know, I try not to get too involved with different shades in different areas, but it's a nice one. Okay, then I have my Leopard Z palette, and this is a mix of MAC and Makeup Geek. So if I don't say the brand, then it's probably MAC. I'm going to try to. Okay, first off, we have MAC Vanilla. This is not a matte shade. It definitely has like some, I don't know, I want to say it looks more glitter than shimmer, but they don't really even translate on the lid. Then we have Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie, which is similar to Samoa Silk, but probably a little more toned down. It's a really good, kind of matches your skin tone if you want a blending out shade. MAC Bare Minimum. It was limited edition. It's kind of like Grain that I was talking about. Jetée. This is really old if you remember it. It's similar to Just and all that glitters. Glimpse of Flesh. It's another kind of just fleshy toned. It's just a really pretty, goes with, easy to use. Do y'all hear Vera on the monitor? Probably so. Okay, Texture. For some reason I think this may be discontinued. I'm not sure. It's a orangey kind of tone. It has some shimmer glitter type in it. And Makeup Geek Country Girl. It is a burgundy-ish type shade. I watched this lady, what's her name? Melissa 55. She's a little older. I don't know her exact age. And when I say older, she's not, you know, 20s or 30s. She looks phenomenal. But she did a makeup look a few years back using just this. And it was so pretty. I ordered it and I actually already had it. I know, crazy. I guess I never used it, but it's a really pretty one shadow look as well. Okay, then we have Mole Skin. It's just a matte. It's a little cooler than, say, Soft Brown, but it's still very nice. I still use it even though it's similar. Now, I will say some of these are definitely similar, and it's not like I need them all, but I would just have more of an empty MAC palette, and if I go through a shade and I don't like it, I will purge it. But for the time being, if I like them, I mean, I'm keeping them. Okay, then we have Kid and Wedge. Wedge is a little grayer, Kid's a little pinker. Hoe, or Hoax, however you want to pronounce it. It is kind of a purpley, coolish shade. I keep this because I really enjoyed Too Faced Almond Truffle in the Chocolate Bonbon palette, but I liked Almond Truffle more. But this is, you know, kind of similar. Okay, then we have Makeup Geek Preppy. It's a little more of that sandy shade. Then we have MAC Outre, and this is my favorite, probably favorite of one of those mustardy shades. I was using this palette for one of those 1 month 1 palettes, and I did a Glimpse of Flesh all over the lid and Outre in the crease, and it was so pretty. So if you have a mustardy shade and then like a nude shade, do that, and it's just a really pretty eye look. Okay, and then last but not least, we have Saddle over here, and it is a matte warm tone crease color. It's a few shades deeper than Soft Brown. Okay, Makeup Geek Mango Tango. It's a corally type shade. I got this when I was trying to dupe the Lime Crime Venus palette. I mean, I could probably get rid of this and I'd be okay, but I mean, it fits in here, so why not? Patina. This is one of those shades that people talk about as being just one of those really pretty lid shades. Similar to Burberry Pale Barley. They've since changed that shadow, and if you've tried it and it underwhelms you, give MAC Patina a try. Antiqued, it's just one of those reddish bronzy shades. Makeup Geek Homecoming, it's a really pretty taupe type shade. Amber Lights, it's more of a warm orangey shimmery bronze. The texture on that one is pretty good. And then Bronze. The name says it all. Okay, Espresso, it is a dark matte brown, charcoal brown. A lot of people use this in their eyebrows. That's kind of why I have it. I don't really reach for it for anything else. Folly, it's a more of a red than just like overall warm brown. Makeup Geek Bitten, it is a matte, very burgundy type shade. Makeup Geek Cocoa Bear, it is pretty similar to Brown Script from MAC. Probably almost a dupe. Swiss Chocolate, another one of those warm shades, and Makeup Geek Latte, another matte crease type shade. So I have a lot of really similar shades in this palette, but I like them. They fit in here. I'm not gonna like downsize to get rid of this palette, so I'm happy. And you know, sometimes if you have them all out, it's just fun to play with different ones, different textures, whatnot. Okay, and then this little Zebra Z palette. I have some of my crazier shades and then a random Urban Decay shadow that doesn't fit in anything else. A lot of these are those Makeup Geek fold shadows. So we have Grandstand, it's a fold shadow, and it is just one of those, oh gosh, it's so pretty. It's like a rosy, rose gold, taupey type shade. It's very pretty. Makeup Geek Cosmopolitan, it's similar to MAC Expensive Pink. Makeup Geek Mesmerized, it is a really dark taupey one. It's a fold shadow. I wouldn't mind getting rid of it if I did because it's just darker than I really reach for. Then we have Urban Decay Chase. I had this in the Urban Decay, it was like the 15th, 20th, or 25th anniversary palette. I don't remember. And this is the only one I kept. Ali Sevdalis. She wears this all the time, and that's what prompted me to just keep this one instead of purging it when I was going through them, because she always talked about it. And it's a really pretty eyeshadow. Urban Decay Chase. I don't know if I said it. Makeup Geek Flamethrower. It is a fold, super orangey. Makeup Geek Houdini fold, super, you know, not my typical color, but sometimes, you know, it's fun to have a color that's not your typical color. Okay. Daydreaming by MAC. It's just kind of a pinky coral, similar to Mango Tango. Paradisco, it's a really pretty peachy coral. And Coppering, which I really like. It goes really nice with green eyes. Okay, and then the e.l.f. palette is just 4 little shadows. They're all Makeup Geek, and I keep this as like just those easy go-to transition type shades. I can't, if I flip it over, they'll fall out. Okay, so we have Makeup Geek Chickadee, and it's kind of like an orangey yellow type shade. Makeup Geek Creme Brulee, it's very similar to MAC Soft Brown. I'd probably pick Creme Brulee over that one because the texture is so nice. Frappe, it's similar to Creme Brulee, but a few shades darker. Yeah, probably about the same tone, just a little bit of a different depth. In the Desert Sands, and it's one of those mustardy poopy brown type shades. So fun little palette, and MAC shadows and Makeup Geek shadows fit in this little e.l.f. palette, but they move around in it, so that is just something to know. And it does have a mirror, and you can get this palette wherever e.l.f. is sold if they still have it. So anyways, those are my single pans depotted type shadows. You know, I just realized I have a few lone MAC shadows that I did not show in this. I don't know. Crap. I guess I will, go get them right now. Okay. I was being lazy and didn't want to go get up and get them, and plus I'll have to, edit that out. Okay. I do have a few random MAC single ones that I did not show you when I did my eyeshadow collection. So, I will show you these. Most of these, I think, except, yeah, I think they're all limited edition. Okay, first up is one of the fold shadows, and this is called Fairy Fair, I believe. Oh, I love it. It is a pretty warmy, you know, reddish, bronzy type shade. Like, I really do like that one. This is Jaunty. It's from one of the summer collections. I got this at a CCO. And it's kind of a sandy type shade. Pretty. This Modern Majesty, it's a pressed pigment. I did show you this in the eyeshadow collection video just to compare it. It's one of those kind of red-green shifts. It's from the Selena collection. I cannot pronounce it because I'll sound terrible. And it's a matte shade. And I picked this up because it's one of those blending out shades similar to MAC Soft Brown, but I could have a single pan that I could take with me if I went out of town. Plus it's purple and Selena. And then Body Conscious. This is from the same collection as that Glimpse of Flesh shadow and one of the other ones I showed you. You could use this in the crease, you could use it all over, anywhere. And then lastly, this is the only holiday palette I still have left. It came out a few years ago, and this was the Royal Assets in Warm Eyes. And I keep this because it has Star Violet in Retrospect and Club. I've gone through a few retrospects in my days. The texture is really bad, but there's Retrospect, there's Star Violet, and there's Club. And those are 3 shades that I really do like, so I just kind of keep this for that. This is Showstopper, this is Sunday Best, and this is Nobility. Those may be limited edition for this or not, I don't know. So anyway, Star Violet, similar to Cranberry, but I do like it. And I haven't bought these in a long time. I used to always like to get one of these little holiday palettes. So anyways, that is the entirety of my eyeshadow collection. You have now seen all of it. So I don't know what I'll be back with. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.